In this video, we are going to talk about one important indicator or a tool which is known as CPR. CPR stands for Central Pivot Range. First of all, let me thanks the originator of this indicator. This is the indicator which is available on the TradingView in the free version as well as in the pro version. You have to select this CPR by KGS, and this one is coded by Gomathi Shankarji. There is a great trader, Gomathi Shankarji. So CPR with pivot levels, CPR by KGS. This is the indicator that we have to select from the indicator box, and once you select this, you will get something like this. Don't panic, don't get confused. I'm going to discuss how to use this and how to make it simplified. So right now, let me just close it for now. This is derived from a book called as A Secret of Pivot Boss by Franklin Ochoa. The book is really wonderful, that gives you perspective about how market works, how you read price action, and the one of the biggest advantage of that CPR or the concept which are told by Franklin Ochoa is that it gives you unbiased view of the market. uh, Especially in the period when there is a lot of volatility and you are confused कि market कैसा रहेगा, as today will the market be bullish or bearish, or what side I should be taking the trade. So CPR will definitely help you out in filtering out all those trades. It will definitely give you the entries with the smaller stop losses, and the RR of your trades becomes absolutely wonderful. So let us discuss this CPR and few of the easy tricks to trade and make your trades easy. So I'm going to discuss all those 5 tricks with you in this video. Firstly, CPR. What is meant by CPR? CPR is central pivot range, and if I click onto it, this is now automatically plotted, but let me start with the indicator portion. So once you click on the indicator, as I mentioned earlier, you have to search for CPR by KGS, and you will see this indicator CPR with pivot levels. Once you click on this, you will see this cluster of the dots. So don't worry, just click on this settings button, and in the input you have to hide everything except show daily pivot. So rest everything you have to untick. Now coming into the style section, daily pivot, daily BC and daily TC. Now what do you mean by daily pivot, daily BC, daily TC? I'm going to cover, but what you have to do first is just untick rest of the uh, ticks over here. So all we need is daily pivot, daily BC, daily TC, and then you have to untick the rest of the things. Similarly, in the weekly thing, everything you have to, okay, that's fine. So yeah, this is how it will look. To remove this, I mean all these dots, they are looking. So in the settings, in the style, at the lower end, you can just untick this so that even these values will go from this bar. So this is how it will look. Now this currently we have this nifty chart, nifty hourly chart, and you are seeing some blue dots over here. Let me take this chart on a 15-minute time frame. So you will see these 3 lines. The middle line is called as pivot. Okay, and then the rest 2 are TC and BC. So I'm giving the formula over here. You don't need to mug it up, but you must know what is the formula of this pivot and TCBC. The whole thing, the pivot, the TC, that is top control, and BC is a bottom control. The whole structure is called as CPR. So CPR is combined of all these 3 values. So this is one day, this is another day. So this is 23rd May, this is 24th May. Likewise, you have this 20. So this daily pivot is for per day, all right, And the beauty of this CPR is once the market starts at 9:15, in the first 5 minutes itself this CPR gets printed. Okay. So yeah, for this color settings you can adjust the colors whatever you want in the settings, and you can style it the way you want. Okay, so I have already done this in my usual CPR. So this is how I usually keep the CPR setting. So here this dark line is pivot, the upper front line is top control line, and the lower line is bottom control. So now what we have is daily pivot, and as I said, you get every day this CPR in the first 5 minutes of the market opening itself. Now coming to how to use this. As I said, you don't need to mug up the definitions or mug up the formula for this, but very important thing is that how to use it. First of all, it gives you the direction of the market. For example, on this day, there was a huge gap up on the 24th May, 23rd May, okay, and the CPR was down. So this means the price action, if it is above the CPR, you can expect market to remain bullish on that day. So whenever price is trading above the CPR, market is supposed to be bullish. On 24th May, what has happened? Price has opened over here. This is the price and CPR was above. So in this scenario, you can expect market to remain bearish for the day. So let me conclude again. If the price is trading above the CPR, it is supposed to be a bullish sign. If it is trending below it, it is supposed to be the bearish sign. Okay, so that is one thing, and you will get the idea in the first 5 minutes itself. Now coming to the second use of it, that is narrow CPR or wide CPR. Now here you see there is a big gap between TC, BC and pivot. This is called as a wide CPR, or even this is wide CPR. This is kind of a average CPR. This is narrower than this, but not extreme narrow, but this is a average CPR. Now let us find out where do we see a extreme narrow CPR. So yes, this is absolutely narrow CPR. Okay. So what is the significance of it? Even here, this is very narrow CPR. So the significance of narrow CPR is it generally indicates the contraction, or there is a huge sideways action, and it indicates that soon there will be a trending move or momentum or a breakout in the market. So whenever you see a narrow CPR, you have to be ready with your trade on either side. If it is trending above, then you can expect a big upside momentum. If it is below it, then you can expect the big downside momentum. As I said, this is not a 100% rule, but this is a general observation. Now, what do you mean by wide CPR? Wide CPR generally indicates a sideways action. So if you see there is a wide CPR formation, you can expect that market may remain sideways for the day. Okay, so here it is sideways, or yes, or here this is a wider CPR. So price opened over here, but it remained sideways throughout the day. Okay, here it is narrow, but there is no great momentum. But on the next day, you are seeing a narrow CPR and the price is above it and a big momentum. So narrow CPR means a big momentum is on the way or around the corner, and wide CPR means price is supposed to be sideways. Okay, so that is how you can predict the market direction for the rest of the day or coming days. Now these are two important aspects of the CPR. Coming to the third useful aspect, for that I need to go on to the settings, and then I need to click on R1, R2, S1 and S2. Now what are these R1 and R2? This is nothing but resistance 1 and resistance 2 and support 1 and support 2. So obviously resistance will be above the CPR and supports will be below. These are the automatic resistances and supports which are marked there. Okay, so how do we use this? If we see price is trading above it, then we must know the target कि कहाँ तक जा सकता है price. So R1 is your target 1 and R2 will be your target 2. Okay, likewise if the price is declining or there is a fall in the market, then we must know where is the support. So this is S1 target 1 if you are trading on the short side, and S2. So look at this, how beautifully these levels get acted. Okay, and they help you. So you need not plot any other support. This is the automatic, you get these levels mark and your trade or your system becomes very easy. So let us see here. Okay, so price opened gap up but took exact resistance at the R1, then came below. Okay, even when it went down, it took exact support at the S1 and then it halted. Here R1, R2, price remained sideways between R1 and R2. Here price opened over here, became sideways because it was a narrow, it was a wide CPR, and it remained sideways in the R1 and R2 zone. So this is the beautiful thing about CPR, that you need not calculate targets by any other way. You get this automatically done. So this is the third use of CPR. Coming to the fourth use, that is magnet. So CPR acts as a magnet. Now what do I mean by that? Whenever you see there is a huge gap up and your CPR is down, so you can expect that price sooner or later will come down to touch the CPR. So CPR acts as a magnet. Price gets pulled towards the CPR. Here on the 24th, this is the CPR. Price opened gap down, but price made a movement to touch the CPR. So this CPR acts as a magnet, and how you will use it? So in case if you want to go short, you have a bearish view and you are seeing price opening down. So now as you know that CPR will act as a magnet, you will not enter for the short over here. Okay, you will wait till the price is coming and taking resistance, and on confirmation you are shorting. So this is how CPR will give you the very sharp entries with these small stop losses. So CPR acting as a magnet was the fourth point. Coming to the fifth point and the last one, that is virgin CPR. Now you see that price is the CPR acting as a magnet, or price opening above or below the CPR and giving the direction. But what if there is a huge gap down or a gap up, and this whenever this CPR remains अनटच्ड बाय द प्राइस? ऐसा हो सकता है कि प्राइस गैप अप या गैप डाउन खुला है बट प्राइस वहाँ तक टच करने आया ही नहीं है, देन दैट CPR इज नोन एज वर्जिन CPR. So let me see any good example of a virgin CPR over here. So yes, here it is, we have the example of the virgin CPR. So this was the CPR. Price opened gap up and remained sideways above, and it never in a day came to touch the CPR. So this CPR remains the virgin CPR. Now what is the importance of this virgin CPR? This virgin CPR zone you can extend and it becomes the strong support zone. So whenever you are seeing price near this zone, you will see that it acts as a support and price will bounce from this area. So this will be the zone that you have to keep it in mind, that this was the zone of virgin CPR. So this may act as a good support. So इसका यूज़ कैसे होगा? If you want to go short but now you know that this is a virgin CPR zone, so you will be cautious कि यहाँ से price शायद नीचे नहीं जाएगा, so you can't short it like that. Okay, so let me see any other virgin CPR. Virgin CPR is quite rare phenomena. Here it is. So this is the virgin CPR. Why it is virgin CPR? Because price opened gap down, it remained below only. Okay, and in the day it never came to touch the CPR, and this is the virgin CPR. So now what we can do, we can extend this. Once we see this, that virgin CPR is getting formed, what you can do is you can extend this area and keep keep it in the marked position on your chart. Okay, and whenever price will be coming there on the subsequent days, you will see this zone as a will be acting as a strong resistance. So here on this day price took exact resistance over here and then it gave a decline. So that is the virgin CPR. Okay, so that's all about CPR and the 5 easy tricks. A little bit practice is needed, so you can start practicing. Initial setting is a little complicated, but not that difficult. Once you practice, you will get it. This is how I have done my settings. So I have marked the daily CPR in the blue and the resistances in green and supports in red. So this is how I trade. So once the market open, I see where the price is opening, whether it is below or above, and then I make my view and wait for the exact entry accordingly. I have few more interesting observations about CPR and how you will trade Nifty and Bank Nifty in sync using CPR, but that I'll cover in the next video. Do let me know if you have any doubt. I will definitely answer it. Hope you found this simplified and easy. Let me know how do you see this, and do practice using CPR. And thank you.